Thanks again for joining me for Katy's Corner. I'm here with Dan Adam. Dan, tell us what you do.
Sure.
What's your title and area of responsibility?
Yeah, so the team that I have the opportunity to work with, we really focus on four major areas. IT, business digital transformation, extreme on extreme, which you heard a little bit from Jeff today in his testimonial with what we're doing with extreme on extreme, and then acquisitions.
Got it.
So I've been here 3.5 years. The day I walked in the door, we were doing the Zebra acquisition, and this is my fourth one.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot of activity within IT. My official title is CIO.
Yeah.
But have a great team, and we really cover those four major areas.
Okay, so I have a whole bunch of questions for you.
Yes.
So first off, I don't want to just gloss over the acquisition work because you have this huge, incredible depth of knowledge and experience. So tell us a little bit about kind of all the work that you do that goes into that, into integration, and then also tell us a little bit about what you did before, because I think your experience comes from even before Extreme.
Yes. So the acquisition work that we do here at Extreme really takes the cross-functional team. Many business functions, the IT team, we partner with Tata Consulting, TCS. All those components are instrumental to what we do, and there's a lot of data migration, a lot of data quality stuff that we have to work with. It's the functions that we have to bring over. Every company does ordering and quoting and things different, and we have to put it to more extreme focus, and there's complications with that.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot that goes in.
User acceptance testing that goes on, right?
Yep. So it all starts with the process and making sure we understand the process, the data. We're actually in UAT this week. We have 50 people here in San Jose the last 2 weeks doing the UAT for AeroHive. And again, we have a lot of people that are coordinating with that. So a lot of work goes into these acquisitions, and it's people have their day jobs. So it's very challenging for folks, and we really appreciate all the work that they do with these acquisitions, and we've had multiple ones over the last 3.5 years that I've been here. And then again, prior to coming to Extreme, spent many years in the semiconductor industry with AMD and Spansion, and I've completed everything from diversification, from mergers to acquisitions to carve-outs. So I've done this for quite a while.
Some of those we worked on together.
And some of these we had the opportunity to work on together. So I've been doing this big part of my career.
Huge part of your skill set that becomes really important.
Yes.
Well, you are, as the CIO, we sell to CIOs. That's our job, right? So talk a little bit about Extreme Products and what you think, because you're a customer,
right? And
we sell to people like you. So what do you think about when you think about our products? What are the types of things that come to mind? Yeah,
so I'll start off with when I started 3.5 years ago. We launched this formal Extreme on Extreme product. We've always used Extreme products, but it wasn't really formalized, and we really weren't integrated with the engineering team, the product marketing team, all the different organizations. So we created this formal program, and we basically, with the acquisitions, we had to introduce the Agile Data Center, which we have up and running in Raleigh, the Campus Fabric, which we have on all of our sites, the APs, now the cloud and things like that we're putting into our environment. So we have, and from an IT perspective, definitely go through those learnings with the acquisitions, with the new products. Campus Fabric has been great. It's really helped us from our networking and managing that network from that perspective. The data center we put in the Raleigh production environment, so that's been a real plus for us. And now the cloud, and you heard Jeff's testimonial today. He's more excited than he's been his whole career. So it's a lot of fun to see the networking team, and then we get firsthand, and then I get to work with other CIOs that I interact with quite regularly to talk about the networking and the things that they have. And their challenge, the biggest challenge is really managing the network for them. I mean, they don't get involved in the technical things, but managing the network, and what we see very easily is the amount of resources that we require in the downtime that we have is very minimal, and things like that. So those are, from a product perspective, from a uptime perspective, from a service perspective, those are the qualities of our product.
So now you, besides our products,
Right.
you're coming from kind of deep networking, hardware companies, right?
Right.
How do you compare our culture to some of those companies?
Yeah, and probably one of the questions is, what do you like about Extreme?
Yeah.
And from my perspective, it's a fast-paced, high-energy environment. We have a lot of opportunities. We're in the high tech. We're in the hardware, moving into software into the cloud and things like that. And that's just great to be part of that. Forward thinking, forward progression of the industry in the IT. From that perspective. So to me, those are the things that I like about the qualities about Extreme is all the opportunities. We're always, on that edge with technology, fast pace, never a dull moment here. Yeah. Never a dull moment.
Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about leadership because you're
Sure.
a really, really strong leader. So tell me
Thank you.
just kind of what you think constitutes a good leader.
Well, I've always led by example.
Mm-hmm.
It's just who I am and what I do and things like that. Just I enjoy being with the team.
Yeah.
Working with the team. Digging into the details. That I think helps me be a good leader.
Yeah.
Being involved in things like that. I've spent my whole career in IT.
Yeah.
I was that geeky kid in high school and still loving IT, but I've had all the roles. I was a programmer, I was an analyst, I was a application director. So I know what all the people go through from that perspective, and that also helps me from a leadership perspective.
Yeah.
And just being there for them, supporting the team, giving them the opportunities. Is to me what makes the leaders just lead by example.
And then tell me a little bit about diversity, because I know you have a very diverse group. Right. And I know that you're the dad of a really strong woman and
Yes.
you have a really strong wife. So talk to me kind of about your views about that. Yeah,
so again, just kind of some numbers. We have about 17 females that are in the IT organization. That's about 70% of our team. That's actually pretty close to what the average is for women in tech. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty close to that. But again, it's really understanding some of their challenges. Whether it's raising a family and the whole work-life balance. Yeah. Whether it's being in a field where there's a higher percentage of males, like IT and engineering. Right. Or just being able to advance your career from your merits. From that perspective. So we have diverse from a gender perspective, from a cultural perspective. We have a national origin. Yeah. We have a team in India. We have females that work in Shannon and things like that. So we have a very diverse group that we have the opportunity to work with. Right. And then we which is great. From a team perspective, we just treat everybody as equals. Yeah. That's just who we are. Yeah. But from a personal perspective, my wife, she ran a family business. Her family, they did corporate housing in the high-tech Silicon Valley for 20 years. Oh, wow. And that was when both of us were raising our kids from that perspective. And again, it was a women-owned business. So I understand, diversity and how they relate to other corporations and how you need to, work with other corporations from that perspective. As you mentioned, my daughter's a doctor. Mm-hmm. She's a veterinarian, very hardworking, a veterinarian specializing in surgery. Yeah. Currently living in Indiana. But I mean, her journey to become a veterinarian was an incredible story of perseverance. Mm-hmm. So understand, what it takes, for people to get through, and especially different diversity, whether it's culture or gender or whatever, from that perspective. But I will say though that things do change. Yeah. If you just take the veterinarian field, 10 years ago, 90% of the doctors were male. Mm-hmm. Now, 80% of the students and the doctors in their 20s and 30s are female. Wow. So fields can change, education can change with the right support structure and things like that from that perspective. So yeah, I've been surrounded by diversity and just, it's part of it. Yeah, and you're blind to it. You don't, which is I don't look at it as, female or male or, India or
Yeah.
U.S. or things like that. To me, it's just part of what I've always been. And IT is a very mixture of different diverse cultures. So I've always been exposed to it. I've always enjoyed the global nature of the work of IT, of the companies that I work with, and to me, I just take it as second nature that it's all just we're all just one.
So one piece of advice, if you
One
could
piece
give
of
to our
advice.
employees.
Well, I would say be the one. Be that one person that stands up and speaks up. Mm-hmm. We have many opportunities around us, and those opportunities can be seized. So be the one who, takes action. Be the one who overcomes a challenge. Be the one who delivers results. And don't wait for someone to assign it to you. Be proactive and be the one.
That's great. I love that. Well, thanks a lot for chatting with me.
Yeah,
it's really hard to catch you, but I'm really glad I did. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Katy.